In this video, I'm going to answer the question, can poor posture affect your health? I'm going to talk about 4 ways that posture can affect your emotional and physical well-being. I'm going to talk about some of the symptoms people feel as a result of poor posture, what is going on structurally as a result of this poor posture, and what we can do to fix it. If you need to fix your slump, then stay tuned. This video is for you. Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rebecca, and I've been practicing yoga for over 25 years. I've been teaching for over a dozen, and I'm also a certified yoga therapist. In this video, I want to talk about 4 ways that poor posture can affect your emotional and your physical health. A study was published by the Journal of Health and Psychology, and they found that the participants that had a slumped posture were more fearful, had lower self-esteem, were more likely to experience bad moods, and used more negative language. So what are some of the symptoms that people feel as a result of poor posture? Well, people can experience headaches, back pain, lowered immunity, and difficulty breathing. So what is going on structurally in a person that has poor posture or rounded shoulders or forward head syndrome or both? It's natural for us to do everything in the front, right? Because our shoulders and hands structurally were made to do things in the front. Our 5 senses are in the front. Everything is here, like in this kind of general area. So it would make sense that our focus, our awareness is mostly right here. We also nowadays spend a lot of time stuck to our phones. We're kind of slumped over. We sit at the desk a lot, and so we end up typing like this, reading. All of those things, even driving, can help, can facilitate that poor posture. Something else that can facilitate poor posture is just the fact that we don't always strengthen our back muscles. So even if you're getting exercise by walking, running, hiking, all those wonderful things that are good for you, you may not necessarily be doing something that will counteract the things that you spend a lot of time doing that are going to lead to the poor posture. Okay, what's going on here? Structurally, you could have tight pectoral muscles. So your chest muscles can get tight. Chest muscles, upper chest. And also the shoulder muscles that are, right, the pecs that are pulling your arm in. Okay, so those muscles can get tight. When the head is leaning forward, right, the neck is kind of stretching forward, those muscles, the long muscles of the neck, can get lengthened and become weak. So those deep neck flexors become weakened and lengthened. Other thing that happens when the shoulders are rounded forward, the scapula are coming upward. Now, I didn't say this earlier, but another thing that can contribute to poor posture is stress. A lot of people carry tension in the shoulders, and when they find themselves in a more stressful situation, you can see their shoulders start to come up like this. So that can also lead to poor posture. Well, the shoulders start to come up and start to round, then the scapula starts to slide up as well. So the muscles that retract the scapula and keep them kind of plugged into place, they become lengthened and weakened as well. Now, you probably know what I'm going to say is going to help fix poor posture, since I'm a yoga teacher. I'm going to give you some specific postures, some yoga postures that will help counteract the poor posture. All right, number 1, COBRA pose. Now, if your posture is very tight and in the rounded position, COBRA may be a challenge for you. You may have to modify it slightly or bring the arms out a little bit wider. Second fantastic pose to counteract poor posture is locust pose. Well, I like COBRA pose because you have to use the backs of the upper arms, the triceps, to help lift the body into the pose. So you press into the floor and lift up into the pose. And as you're doing that, you're lifting and you're retracting the shoulder blades. Locust pose is a full backside of the body strengthener. Plus, it's taking the body and the joints in the opposite direction of slumped. Okay, so here's another thing that we don't commonly think of, so 2 more poses that you need to add to your repertoire. When we're standing and the shoulders are rounded, what happens to the pelvis? Think about it. Stand up and try it. When you round the shoulders forward, the head has to come forward. What happens? You have to bend your knees. Okay? Try it again. Lean forward. The knees bend just a little bit. When the knees bend, the hamstrings are shortening and the pelvis is tucking under. So the psoas, which runs on the front side of your lower back and it connects to the legs, the psoas is that muscle that you use to lift the leg up and down. Okay, it's the only thing that connects your upper body to the lower body. The psoas then, it shortens as well. So when muscles stay in a shortened position for a long period of time, like if you're sitting, they shorten and you have to lengthen them. I recommend doing lunges. Warrior pose, Warrior 1 and Warrior 2 are fantastic to counteract that posture, and these are easy beginner poses. So Warrior 1, we step back. Now we're opening up this hip flexor and lifting the torso. The shoulders cannot be rounded anymore. If they are, you're leaning forward and it's not that easy to do. I like to have Warrior with cactus arms sometimes, or clasp the hands behind your head, because that kind of pulls the shoulder blades down. It lifts the chest and it opens up the hip flexor. Another thing that's great for posture are twists. Twists are fantastic because they open up the joints along the spine, they release all the smaller muscles in the spine, and they just help to reset and realign. You can do those poses on your own, or you can join me for a short 25-minute practice that's focused on just that. Be well. I'll see you on the next video.